I've been looking forward to this day for a while now. It's time to harvest the elephant garlic. I've got this little patch here and I've got a whole bed of elephant garlic that I bought from a company called Cornish Garlic. So I'm going to get them all in today and get them into the compost shack undercover to do the curing process. So let's get them out of the ground and see how they've done. So I've left the elephant garlic until most of the tips of all the leaves are browning off and starting to yellow, these bottom ones. I have had a bit of a scrape down and they're forming some nice big bulbs. So, you know, I'm no expert at elephant garlic, but I'm assuming these are just about ready. They are quite a good size there. So I'm just going to get some out and see what they're like. I'm going to use a trowel and just gently go around the outside. I just don't want to damage the bulb at all, or they won't store as well. There we go. Look at that. That's a really decent sized bulb. And you can see you've got little bulbils. So I'm going to save all these little bulbils because they will come on in 2 years' time to form more elephant garlic. So I'm pretty happy with that. The top of that was one of the slightly bigger ones, but they're all looking fairly good this year. You see there's 5 or 6 little bulbils on each of the bulbs, and these are all things it's worth saving them. Grow them on in a little corner next year and they'll form like a little onion sized elephant garlic, and the following year they'll then form the proper cloved elephant garlic. That's a big one. I'll have a proper tidy up of these roots, try and get all this damp soil away so that they dry better. Now I don't know, like I say, I'm no expert. I don't know if I've left this slightly too late. I did go away on holiday for a week and I was thinking of doing it possibly before I went. I'm just looking at the way these sheaths are coming down and they are just starting to pull away from the bulb. They haven't actually separated yet, so you can't see between the cloves. So I'm hoping that I've got it just right, but we shall see. It's all a bit of trial and error, you know, having never grown them before. Now this is a one that didn't do very well. He's got some good roots on him, but no real bulb. Look, but there's 3, 4, 5, 6, there's about 8 little bulbils there. But whether I actually grow from that one, I probably won't, because I'd rather just save seed from the better ones. Yeah, I've got some roots on them, go right down deep. Just trying to be quite gentle because I don't want to damage the root plate, because that will definitely affect storage times. So this little patch of elephant garlic, these were the cloves from the one surviving bulb that I had the first year that I grew it. The wireworm ate all the rest. So these cloves were from the one bulb that I had, and that bulb was a really big bulb. The other bed that we'll go and do in a minute are the cloves that I bought from a company called Cornish Garlic. The cloves did look slightly smaller, but I don't know if there are different types of elephant garlic or whether it's all kind of the same. But these ones have definitely done pretty well, and the foliage on these does look a bit bigger than the ones in the other bed, but we'll see in a minute. We'll go and have a look. But I'm very happy with these, and I think I got the timing just right. I got my normal soft neck garlic in about 10 days ago, but this is just elephant garlic, just seems to be a little bit later. So there we go. That's one little bulb that didn't do very well, and then 6 really quite nice sized bulbs that I'm really happy with. I mean, look at them. That's as big as my fist. Look at the size of that. That's awesome. Really happy with that. And the smell is beautiful. Can't wait to give these a try, but we're going to harvest the other bed. I think I've got about 30 bulbs in there, so we're going to have a pull out of those and see how those have done now. So this is my full bed of elephant garlic, and it was this bed next door where the sweet corn is, where I originally grew my first few cloves. So that'd have been 2 years ago, of the elephant garlic that I just harvested, and it was there that the wireworm destroyed everything bar one bulb. So over the last year or so, the wireworm has got slightly better, so I'm just hoping that these are going to be okay. So let's have a little go and get one out and see how it looks. There were a lot of wireworm in here the last couple of years, but this year I'm just keeping my fingers crossed. Oh, crikey. That is really well rooted in. A root ball on that. Crikey. That's gone right down through all the no-dig compost into the soil, deep down. So I'll just gently break that away from the roots. But there is no wireworm in there. And that is a pretty decent size as well. So I'm just going to have a look, see if there's any damage. It looks fine. Oh, I'm so happy. I was really panicking that the wireworm were going to have just had a bit of a nibble and ruined them, but that looks absolutely fine. Look at that. That's pretty much a similar size to the ones over there. So I'm going to crack on. I'll fast forward this bit because it'll take me a little while to get all these up, but I'll get them all up and we'll have a look what we got at the end. But I'm really happy so far. So there you go, I've got about 24 nice big elephant garlic bulbs, and there was a few cloves that I planted that were quite small, and they've produced these sort of little, almost sort of onion sized. There's no, by the feel of actual cloves in there, so I think with these I'll plant them again next year and they'll then form nice big cloved garlic. But all of them, even these smaller ones, have got the little bulbils. So I think there was 30 odd in total, about 30, and every one has got at least 3 or 4 of the bulbils. So that's a lot of future elephant garlic. I'm going to grow them on. I might just save a bed for those to grow them on next year, and then the following year I could just leave them in the ground, and they should all come on and produce nice big garlic bulbs then. But I'm really happy with that. I'm going to get these into the compost shack now so that they're under cover. I don't want too much sun on them. You can leave them just out on the beds in the sun to dry, but we've had some really hot days, and I just think it's going to be best if they're just under cover. The compost shack has a nice breeze going through it because it's open sided, but it'll keep any rain off if we get any more thunderstorms, and it will just keep the blazing heat off them, and with that breeze they should just cure fine. So I'll go and get them in there now. So this is the harvest. These 6 bulbs from that one bulb I had left over from last year, the only surviving bulb. They're definitely the bigger ones in general anyway. I mean, this one here from the other type is about the same size, and there's a couple of others, so it could just be the bed that made the difference, I don't know. But what I will probably do is grow from those. I'll save those cloves for planting this year. But this is the overall harvest. Pretty good down to this end. A few of the smaller ones which are just formed like the little sort of onion sized. You can see all the little bulbils on the cloves, and there's just dozens and dozens of them, 3 or 4 at least on every one. So I don't know if it's worth saving all of them, because I could get a little bit overwhelmed. Obviously by saving the cloves you get the harvest within a year. The bulbils themselves will take 2 years, but I might save some and just see how they go. I like to play with these things and try and find the most efficient way of doing it. But I'm really happy with that. So I'm leaving them on this bench. This is my sort of potting bench, but I'm not doing a lot of potting on at the moment. But as you can see, it's open sided, and the breeze just blows straight through here. It's a nice constant breeze, and it's under cover, so it should be ideal really. So that's the harvest all done, all in. I'm really happy with it. I've had a good look through, and it looks like the wireworm have left it alone. I can't find a single hole on any of them, and I mean, just look at the size of that. That's beautiful. Just got to give them a bit of a clean up. I'm going to get all these little bulbils off to save. I'll trim the roots, pull some of these drier sheaths off just to tidy up the outside, and then leave them here to cure for 3 or 4 weeks before putting them in the garage at home. I tend to sort of tie all my onions up in bunches and hang them from a racking in the garage, because that's out of the sun and it's a bit more of a stable temperature. But anyway guys, hope you enjoyed that video, and if you're liking the channel, please remember to like and subscribe, and we will see you next time. Take it easy.